All right, take two. We're talking about rational exponents today, and lucky for you, we have a special guest. Say hi.
Hey,
So, we're going to look at this first example. Write the square root of 2x squared y cubed is a monomial with rational exponents. Before we do that, though, I'm just going to kind of give you the rule. Um, so, let's say we have something like this. Say we have b, hey Marshall, to the 2/3 power, and I want to turn that into radical form. So, did I introduce you? Nobody knows who you are. Can you say who you are?
I'm Cal.
So, I'm going to go ahead and turn this into a radical, and this is how I think of it. So, we're going to take the base, that becomes the radicand, and then the exponent, you can kind of think, all right, Cal, you're going to have to help me out with this because people usually laugh when I do this. So, I'm going to take this little exponent right here, and let's say it's like walking along, do 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 do, and the 3 actually gets stuck right there, and the 2 falls over here. So, do you want to reiterate that to everybody? Go
So,
ahead.
so basically, it's walking along like, oh wow, such a lovely day. And the three kind of gets dropped off because, no one likes the three. And then two kind of overshoots where it's going. And it's like way past the radical. And it's like, oh, I'll just stay here. And it's a little sad.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think it is sad. So, I'm going to actually do this example first, and it kind of goes along with what we're saying. So, I have this whole thing, 9x to the fifth, y to the fourth, to the 1/2 power. And I want to write that as a radical, and certainly we're going to reduce, right? I mean,
Yeah,
we don't want to
totally.
just like leave it like that. So I'm going to write the radical right here. And what's the noise it makes again? Like when the exponent goes like over here, like
Do 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 do
can you maybe just a little bit more enthusiastic?
do 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 do.
That's good. So then the 2 gets dropped off right here, and the 1 goes over here, and whatever's in the parentheses becomes the radicand. So this is 9x to the fifth, y to the fourth. Now, Cal, tell me, what does it mean if I have a 2? Does this 2 actually need to be right there?
No,
Why not?
because if it's already implied,
Right, if there is no, what's this called? Do you remember? Index?
it's totally called an index.
Yeah, that's good. I'm really impressed that you remember that. So I'm taking the square root now of, so that 2 doesn't really need to be there. So we're going to get rid of that. So it's going to be 9. Do you think it's sad now that we left it?
Yeah,
Well, it's all right. All right, maybe it'll join up with its friend 1 in a little while.
hopefully.
So I'm going to take the square root of 9x to the fifth, y to the fourth. Actually, I'm not going to. Cal's going to. So what do I do?
You like simplify it to like 3 times 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then since you make us write it out, you can write down all
Oh.
the x's and
Oh,
y.
is that so? I'm going to do that just because you asked so nicely. You're welcome. All right, now what?
Now you gotta take the groups too
Okay.
and circle them
Okay.
and take one out of the groups.
All right. Oh boy.
And that x is all by itself because you're so lonely.
And it's probably sad too.
Yeah,
Maybe I can like form an alliance with the 2 and the 1.
maybe.
Okay, so I'm gonna take all this out. So I end up with 3x squared y squared times the square root of x. Does that look good?
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna go back to this problem now, because I'm sure people are pausing and like writing everything down, right?
And yeah.
People usually do that. So I'm going to write this. So now I'm going to kind of go the other way. And I'm going to write this as a monomial with rational exponents. So I'm going to put the 2x squared y cubed in parentheses. And what do you suppose the exponent's going to be?
One.
Oh, wow. That's really good. You just like picked up on that right away. Because like, yeah, so like kind of going backwards, we're going to take this guy and put him over this guy. So the exponent right here is really just 1 if you don't see anything. And the exponent right here is really, or the, not the exponent, but the index is 2 if you don't see anything. So kind of going backwards,
That's like magic right there.
It really is. It's very magical. I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if we all of a sudden saw like stardust coming from it.
I can see that happening.
All right. So now I'm going to simplify this. So this is 2 to the 1/2, and there's nothing really I can simplify with that. So I'm just going to leave it as 2 to the 1/2. Now, do you remember what we do with exponents if we raise a power to a power?
You multiply them.
Oh, that's you're just remembering things left and right. I'm really, really super impressed. So this is going to be x to the 2/2 power and y to the 3/2. And only other thing I can simplify is this right here. So this is the answer. 2 to the 1/2 times x to the first power times y to the 3/2. And this is our answer. All right. What do you think?
I think that you did this really well.
No, we. I mean, you can't count yourself out. So I think we should just have them do this one on their own. What do you think?
They should.
Totally. And then this one
Yeah.
also on their own. I mean, this one's in red, so they should do it. And probably this one too. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, that one is in red.
Yeah. So I think we're done. Thank you so much for helping me.
Well,
Let's get the